Thank you for joining us and welcome to Business Incorporated. I'm Chimeze Obi Iwago. Coming up on the show, Côte d'Ivoire considers 5 banks for $1.1 billion Eurobond offering. Global rating agency S&P says South Africa rating outlook not immediately affected by leadership change. Plus, World Bank approves $486 million credit to Nigeria power grid work. Let's get the show started now with the markets. And here in Africa, South African JSE index tapered at intraday after gaining on Thursday in reaction to Cyril Ramaphosa's swearing in as president. And here in Nigeria, the index was down 0.42% at intraday. Egypt is closed today but ended in the green, up 1.08% on Thursday. Kenya was down 0.17% on Thursday. In the Middle East, the markets are closed. However, Saudi Arabia's stock market rose on Thursday, encouraged by strong global bourses and a slight rebound in oil prices. But most of the Gulf was down because of mediocre corporate earnings. The Saudi index gained 1.22%. Gainers outnumbered losers by 147 to 20. The cement sector was particularly strong, with 12 of its 13 members rising. Saudi Investment Bank added 2.5% after saying it would pay an annual dividend of 0.6 real per share, up from 5 real for 2016. In Dubai, however, the index edged down 0.17% as Damac Properties, which on Wednesday revealed a 47% drop in fourth quarter net profit, lost 1.2%. In Abu Dhabi, the index slipped 0.25% as telecommunications firm Etisalat fell 0.3%. It posted a 12% fall in quarterly profit to 1.97 billion dirhams, while Seco Bahrain had forecast 2.21 billion dirhams. Qatar's index fell 0.36% as the Marseille Petrochemical lost 1.1%, despite reporting a slight rise in annual profit and a hike in its dividend to 0.7 real per share from 0.6 real. And in Europe, stocks were higher on Friday morning as investors' confidence appeared to take hold after a sharp sell-off earlier this month. For all the details, I'm being joined by my colleague in Frankfurt, Daniel Koof. Hello, Daniel. Good afternoon. Good to see you. A beautiful Friday.
Yeah, good afternoon to you. A beautiful Friday here in Frankfurt as well. Everybody here is excited, of course, about the weekend. I hope you're doing just fine as well.
I am, Daniel. Well, let's start off the conversation from Germany, where you are. The global insurer Allianz presented its earnings report today as the company's net profit fell 22% in the fourth quarter. What actually knocked this insurer giant?
Yeah, 22% dropping net profit certainly doesn't sound promising. But when you actually talk to investors, they are not that disappointed about the result, because this dropping we saw mostly happening in the fourth quarter. Also, mostly because of the tax reform made by Donald Trump in the United States. Remember that many companies are here in Germany in trouble because of this tax reform. Deutsche Bank also another example. But in general, investors are not too disappointed, because Allianz, also a company that was hit very hard by those natural disasters that we saw happening in the United States. We remember those tropical storms like Harvey, Irma, and Maria. Many insurance companies were really suffering because of those storms. Munich Re, also here listed in the blue chip index DAX, had to report even a bigger dropping after those storms. So in the opinion of investors, Allianz was able to make the best of the situation. They are also saying that even though now in 2017 they were struggling because of this tax reform, that the result because of this reform could actually be with a positive result for the year of 2018. Also, good news for shareholders. The dividend will go up to euros per share. That's 40 cents higher compared to the last year. And also when you talk about the overall performance of the company, their profit went up when you talk about the entire year 2017 by 0.4%.
All right, let's look at the euro, which has knocked together the biggest gain since 2014. Talk us through this and the latest rumors about ECB monetary policy direction.
Yeah, exactly. Quite surprising. The euro up at a level of 125.5. Right now, a little bit dropping again, with actually the effect here at the trading floor that we normally don't see, because usually with a very strong euro, we see in many cases shares here at the blue chip index DAX dropping, because many companies here listed in the DAX are doing lots of export business with a stronger euro. Those products in many cases of those companies get more expensive. That means for them that they have to think either to have higher prices, which then makes their product not any more interested, or keep them at the same level. And of course with this their profit margin gets down. But today we are not seeing this happening. This is mostly because investors seem to be a little bit calm again after what happened on Wall Street. It seems that they have right now again more trust in the market, and that's why this strong euro is not that much irritating them. On the other hand, there are rumors from the ECB that by the end of this year we might already see a stop of the bond purchasing program that many also from the German government have been asking for a long time. Remember that the ECB was cutting down the bond purchasing program already from this year, January, from 60 billion euros a month to a level of only 30 billion euros a month. But still, everybody here is saying that a stop of this bond purchasing program should be required. The ECB saying, well, inflation rate is still not at the 2% level where it's supposed to be, but many are saying that the economy in general here in the Eurozone is still strong enough. Is this now going to mean that maybe by the end of the year we could see a stop of the bond purchasing program? Many say yes. And then there's of course the question, what would happen to the interest rates? Now we are hearing that maybe 6 months later we could also see a change of this situation happening. We remember that here in the Eurozone interest rates are still at a record level of only 0%. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting what Mario Draghi will be announcing during his next ECB press conference.
Right, we'll wait and see and get to hear Mario Draghi give us what he has to say.